Compass CEO Robert Reffkin, in a recent interview, described higher interest rates, lower inventory, and the 5 Ds you just simply can't stop. What are the 5 Ds? Gotta stay tuned right after this. Hi, I'm Kevin Grolig. I'm a real estate agent with Compass, located in Potomac, Maryland. Thanks once again for checking out the latest video in my series, Real Kevin. In today's environment, we hear so much about rising inflation, rising interest rates, low inventory, and just an overall kind of yuck status of today's real estate market. And while there's no question that the real estate market has slowed considerably over the last 12 to 18 months, I just recently saw an interview with Compass CEO Robert Reffkin on CNBC where he discussed the status of the real estate market and the 5 Ds you simply can't stop. Before we take a deep dive into the 5 Ds, take a look at Robert's video clip and I'll help break it down.
Robert Reffkin, Compass co-founder and CEO, joins us now. Robert, feels like housing is taking a turn for the worse here with mortgage rates making new highs. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, we still have more buyers than sellers. You can see that from multiple offers. And it looks like inventory levels have hit their low. We saw last week the largest increase in inventory of the year, and that really has been the constraint.
What does that reflect, the fact that inventory has bottomed?
What it reflects is you can't stop the 5 Ds. You have diapers, diplomas, diamonds, divorce, and death. And these life events create movement.
I've discussed it before in some of my more recent videos that we're simply not going to see a large spike of real estate inventory until we start seeing interest rates decrease significantly. My feeling is they need to drop in the 5% or lower range to really see a huge impact. With all that being said, life happens, and as Robert articulates, you can't stop the 5 Ds. The 5 Ds are oftentimes the largest motivating factors in both home buyers and home sellers. Let's take a look at each one of them and the effect they have on the real estate market. Number 1, diapers. While I see many young families staying in their first homes a little longer than expected because of the rising interest rates, there's no question when diapers come into play, ultimately everyone's going to need a little bit more space. New babies and just growing families will force many of these families into being first-time home sellers and second-time home buyers. Number 2, diplomas. Now, diplomas really affect 2 generations. The generation who obtains the diploma is now going to be entering the workforce and also is most likely going to start looking for a new home to purchase. And while their parents are now staring at an empty nest. Many of my peers and clients have found themselves recently in that position. The home is too large and requires too much maintenance. It's also in a school district they no longer need. The allure of either downsizing to stay local or simply relocating out of the area is very appealing to many. Number 3, diamonds. Weddings, I find, are a huge catalyst for both home buyers and home sellers. Millennials especially have been getting married much older than generations before them. Many times I'm seeing that both spouses already own their own home. More often what I'm seeing is they determine to sell off both homes purchased as singles to purchase a new home as a couple. Number 4, divorce. Unfortunately, selling a home isn't always a momentous occasion. Divorce is just another example of life happening and the possibility of needing to sell a home. And number 5, death. Once again, not a momentous occasion for selling a home, but it's unavoidable and it's necessary. In 2023, trust and estate sales precipitated by death were the largest portion of my listing inventory. As Robert Reffkin said, we still have more home buyers than home sellers in the marketplace. And that's evidenced by the multiple offers we still see on many of the properties for sale. In Montgomery County, the average home still is only on the market 17 days. We're also seeing that with home values continuing to increase in Montgomery County. Year to date, they're up 3.22%. My take for home buyers, while interest rates are high, home values continue to rise. If you can afford to purchase now, most likely it's going to be advantageous for you to do this sooner rather than later. Now, of course, this means you gotta find the right home. But I don't think that time right now is gonna be on your side. As I've mentioned in other videos, if interest rates drop to a point in time where it makes sense to refinance, that's always an option. And here's my take for home sellers. The market still favors you. Many homes are still selling with multiple offers well above list price. If you were considering a move in the upcoming years, many of my clients are electing to sell now and get while the getting is good. Maybe this means renting for a year or two before they retire and relocate. This way, their equity has been protected and the hard work of selling your home out of the way for when the time comes where you're ready to make that final move. So to sum it all up, while there are many twists and turns in today's market, and it's very complex, and yeah, it's pretty frustrating at times, there's no stopping the 5 Ds. So what do you think about the 5 Ds? Does it make sense? Where do you think the market's going? What are your plans for the future? If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, place a comment, share the video, subscribe to my channel, and as always, bang that bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. If you have any questions about real estate in Montgomery County, you can always hit me up direct by text at 240-793-7495. Thanks so much for checking out today's video. See you next week.